The conference room air hung thick with silence, 27 pairs of eyes fixed on me. Not just any eyes. These were the gazes of our firm's most prestigious clients, the kind who could shape careers with a single word. And then, Felix Martinez, my boss, my mentor, stood behind his chair, arms crossed, that familiar smug smirk plastered on his face. "Adrian, pack your things. You're done here." Effective immediately. My voice, usually so steady, came out a whisper. "Felix, what are you talking about?" I'd just finished presenting our quarterly efficiency improvements, the very strategies that had saved these companies a combined $4 million this past year. He gestured to my glowing charts on the screen, dismissing them with a wave. "Dead weight," he sneered. "These people pay premium rates for premium talent. They deserve better than mediocre contributions from someone who's clearly reached her ceiling." Mrs. Tan, from the manufacturing giant, shifted uncomfortably. Mr. Rodriguez, from the logistics company, stared at his notes. I'd personally worked late nights for months with both of them, solving problems Felix never even knew existed. Felix's voice grew louder, more theatrical. He was performing now, I realized, basking in the spotlight. "I've been carrying this team for too long, making excuses for subpar work. These clients need to see we're serious about excellence." He painted me as incompetent, a fraud, someone coasting and taking credit for team efforts. My hands were steady, but my mind was a whirlwind. Taking credit for team efforts? I'd personally put in 60-hour weeks for the past 8 months. I'd solved the Riverside Corporation's warehouse bottleneck that Felix had fumbled with for half a year. I designed the algorithm that saved Johnson Industries $200,000 annually. "Security will escort you out." Felix's tone shifted to a cold, administrative drone, as if discussing lunch catering. But then, a voice cut through the silence. "Let her go, Felix," Mrs. Tan said, her voice firm. "She's been nothing but professional with us." Felix's jaw tightened, but he nodded. I gathered my laptop, my presentation portfolio, 3 years of my life, building relationships, solving impossible problems, working weekends, all erased in 5 minutes. As I reached the door, I heard Felix's voice resume its confident cadence. "Now, let's talk about the real innovations we've been developing." I didn't look back. The secret keeper. The elevator ride to the parking garage felt eternal. My reflection in the polished steel door showed a woman who looked exactly like me, yet fundamentally changed. Something inside had shifted, and I hadn't caught up. Sitting in my car, staring at the concrete wall, my phone buzzed with worried texts from colleagues. I ignored them. Instead, a memory resurfaced, seemingly out of nowhere. 3 years ago, Felix had mentioned, almost in passing, that his mother was struggling with advanced memory loss. He'd seemed overwhelmed, speaking of astronomical costs for quality memory care facilities, of a retired teacher who no longer remembered his name. "The good facilities are $3,000 a month minimum," he'd said. "The place that could really help her is twice that." That weekend, I researched. Not because he asked, but because I couldn't shake the image of a kind woman fading away while her son agonized. The Willowbrook Memory Care Center. It specialized in innovative dementia treatment, certified specialists, a 1-to-3 staff ratio. Crucially, it partnered with the Morrison Medical Foundation, which provided anonymous sponsorships. That Monday, I called. "I'd like to establish an anonymous monthly payment for a potential resident," I told the billing coordinator. "The family believes insurance and their savings are covering costs, but I'd like to ensure there are never any gaps." 2 weeks later, Elena Martinez, Felix's mother, moved into Willowbrook. Felix was amazed. "It's like a miracle," he told me, beaming. "She's in the best facility in the state, and somehow all the financial pieces just fell into place." For 3 years, I had made those payments. $6,000 every single month, transferred automatically through the Morrison Foundation. Felix had no idea. He'd built his confidence, his focus, his leadership style on that foundation of security, never knowing it was my quiet generosity holding his family's life together. And now, sitting in my car, after he had publicly, cruelly destroyed my professional worth, the truth hit me with a hollow ache. Felix Martinez had spent 3 years taking credit for work he didn't do, while I had spent 3 years ensuring his family's stability through a kindness he didn't even know he was receiving. The quiet retribution. Back in my quiet apartment, I made coffee and opened my laptop. 3 years of work, client files, contacts, all gone. But I still had access to one crucial portal, the Morrison Foundation's donor interface. The next payment to Willowbrook was scheduled for tomorrow. My phone buzzed with texts from colleagues. Maria. Adrian. What the hell happened? Felix just sent a company-wide notification saying you decided to pursue other opportunities. James. This is insane. You basically built half our client solutions. Rebecca. Felix is telling people you'd been struggling for months. He was already rewriting history, creating a narrative where he was the thoughtful manager, not the man who demolished a career for sport. I opened Elena Martinez's account. Donation number 2847. Monthly payment, $6,000. Next payment, tomorrow, 3 a.m. And there it was. Modify or cancel recurring donation. This wasn't about revenge, not in the fiery, explosive way people imagine. This was about something simpler, far more devastating. Felix Martinez was about to discover exactly who he really was when the foundation of his life, a foundation he'd never even known existed, suddenly disappeared. He would learn that his financial confidence, his family's security, his very ability to focus on career advancement had all been built on the silent generosity of someone whose professional worth he had just publicly demolished. The cruelest part? I wasn't going to hurt him. I was simply going to stop helping him. And that would be enough. I clicked the link. Reason for discontinuing support: change in circumstances. In the comments, donor relationship with recipient has fundamentally changed. Effective date: immediately. Confirmation: recurring donation number 2847 has been successfully canceled. Final payment will not process. I closed my laptop. In 48 hours, Felix would receive his first bill for his mother's actual care costs, $6,000, due immediately, with a note explaining that foundation assistance had been discontinued due to changes in donor circumstances. He'd call, confused, panicked. They'd explain. And when he finally connected the timing, when he realized his financial security had vanished exactly 24 hours after he'd publicly humiliated the one person in his life who'd shown his family true compassion, the devastation would be complete. The awakening. The next morning, I woke up feeling strangely calm. Not happy. What happened was still devastating, but there was a profound clarity. 7 missed calls from Felix's office line. 12 texts from colleagues. 3 voicemails. But the most interesting message was from Linda Tan, the manufacturing client. She'd found my personal number. Adrian, this is Linda Tan from yesterday's presentation. I wanted to reach out personally because what happened was completely inappropriate. Several of us clients have been discussing this, and we're deeply concerned. Felix's behavior was unprofessional. Similar messages from 3 other major clients flooded in, all expressing confusion, concern, and a growing doubt about Felix's version of events. Around noon, my phone rang. Adrian, this is Dr. Patricia Vance from Willowbrook Memory Care Center. I'm calling about Elena Martinez's account. My heart quickened. We received notification yesterday that her foundation sponsorship has been discontinued. This is quite unusual. The anonymous donor has been incredibly consistent for 3 years, and the family has no backup payment method on file. I played dumb. I think you'll need to contact the family directly about payment arrangements. Of course, she said. It's just that Mr. Martinez has always believed his costs were covered through insurance and family savings. He's going to be quite shocked. We're required to give families 72 hours notice before any care disruption, but honestly, most families need more time for this level of funding. 72 hours. Felix had less than 60 left. Later that afternoon, I visited the coffee shop across from my old office. I saw Felix burst out of the building, pacing, frantic, on his phone, gesturing wildly. 20 minutes later, he went back inside, only to reemerge, more agitated than before. My phone buzzed. Unknown number. Adrian Walsh, this is Felix Martinez. We need to talk. His voice was strained, desperate. I don't think we have anything to discuss, Felix.
Please.
Something's happened with my mother's care facility. They're saying her funding has been discontinued. That someone was paying anonymously for 3 years, and now they've stopped. But that's impossible. Our insurance covers most of it. The billing coordinator said the emergency contact for questions about the payments was you. The silence stretched. I could see him across the street, looking small, broken. I need to go, I said. Felix, wait. Please, if you know something about this. My mother could lose her place at Willowbrook. It's the only stability she has left. I hope you figure it out, I said and hung up. The reckoning and the rebirth. Within the hour, 6 more missed calls from him. Then, the texts evolved from confusion to raw panic. Adrian, please call me back. The facility is asking for $6,000 by Friday, or they'll start transfer proceedings. My mother is terrified and confused. Then, a final, chilling text. I know it's you. I called him back.
Yes.
Thank you for calling, he answered instantly. I've been trying to figure this out for 2 days, and there's only one explanation that makes sense. You've been paying for my mother's care. Why would I do that? I asked. I don't know. We barely knew each other personally. I never asked for help. I never even told you about the financial struggles. But he had. 3 years ago. A casual conversation. He'd forgotten it, but I hadn't. Felix, I said, my voice steady, I need you to answer me honestly. Yesterday, when you fired me in front of those clients, did you believe what you were saying about my work? A long, agonizing pause.
I
was trying to demonstrate leadership. Show them we maintain high standards. That's not what I asked. Did you believe I was dead weight? Did you believe I'd been coasting and taking credit for other people's work? Another, longer pause. No, he said, barely a whisper. No, I didn't believe that. So you destroyed my reputation and my career, using lies you knew were false, in front of people whose respect I'd spent 3 years earning. Silence. Yes. While I was secretly ensuring your family's stability out of a kindness you didn't even know you were receiving? Yes. And now you want me to continue that kindness after you've proven you don't deserve it? The line went silent again. I don't know how to fix this, he finally said, defeated. I don't know how to undo what I did. My mother is going to suffer because of my choices, and I can't live with that. Felix, I said, my voice firm, not with anger, but with a profound disappointment. Your mother isn't going to suffer. You're going to figure out how to take care of her yourself, the way you should have been doing all along. You're going to learn what it actually costs to maintain the life you've been living, and you're going to find a way to earn it honestly. I can't afford $6,000 a month. Not without someone else carrying the burden for you. I finished. You spent 3 years building your confidence and your career on a foundation you didn't even know existed. You took credit for work you didn't do while someone else quietly took care of your family responsibilities. And when you finally felt secure enough to show your true character, you chose cruelty. I'm not angry, Felix. I'm disappointed. I genuinely respected you. I thought you were someone worth helping. Yesterday, you proved that my kindness was wasted on someone who didn't deserve it. I hung up. The lesson learned. 2 weeks later, Linda 10 called with an update. Felix had been placed on administrative leave. Several major clients had requested to work exclusively with other team members. The company was restructuring. What about his mother? I asked, almost without thinking. I heard through colleagues that he's moved her to a different facility, somewhere more affordable, Linda said. He's been working nights and weekends at a consulting firm across town, trying to make up the income difference. A month after that, I started my own consulting practice. 3 of Felix's former clients became my first accounts, specifically requesting the expertise they'd been told was someone else's all along. I never made another anonymous payment to anyone's family. Not because I'd lost faith in kindness, but because I'd learned that true generosity requires wisdom about who deserves it. Felix taught me that some people will take your best intentions and use them as stepping stones to elevate themselves while diminishing you. He showed me that my compassion was valuable enough to be more selective about how I shared it. But he also taught me something else. The most devastating revenge isn't what you do to someone who wrongs you. It's simply withdrawing the support they never earned and letting them discover who they really are without your invisible help. If this story resonated with you, if you've ever given more than you received or supported someone who didn't value your sacrifice, hit that like button and let me know in the comments. Share your own experiences with misplaced kindness or professional betrayal. And subscribe for more real stories about the complicated ways people reveal their true character when they think no one important is watching. Your support means everything to someone rebuilding after learning that not everyone deserves the best parts of who you are.